I'm David Clark. I'm Chief Security Officer at GuildHawk. I'm gonna I've got the sort of 10 minutes presentation to do, and then really just throw open to some questions. It's only a few slides I've got here, and we are a multilingual technology business.
I don't know if you're sharing the screen, but if
I'll start sharing now. Give me 1 second. Can you see that now? Has that come up?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. Yeah, so we're GuildHawk. I'll touch a little bit on us. We're in the UK. Most of sort of our client work is UK, US, and Europe. What I'm going to touch on here, just a few slides, and I'll throw it open to questions. See if this is something of interest to you. My background, just by the way, I'm not technical person nor a linguist in a language technology business. I'm an ex-cop. I was Royal Air Force and then City of London Police. I used to be head of the National Fraud Intelligence Unit. Worked with the feds, your side, and Canada quite a bit, setting up technology. We have a service here called Action Fraud, the National Fraud Intelligence Bureau. It is actually the first of its kind in the world. You've got the IC3 sort of over in the US and your Federal Trade Commission systems, but we're actually the first one where my old force, the City of London Police, the smallest force in the UK that sits in the financial district, we are also now, as a result of the work I did many years ago, the force that takes all crimes from business and the public, and we disseminate that out. So we were very advanced. It started in 2009. We got funded by government. A lot of people said it couldn't happen, and we did it. And contracts have handed to different people. We just got another one now starting with another business. And then I used to be a head of a charity, the Fraud Advisory Panel charity, did a lot of work during the COVID-19 with government and so on. Still very close with the police and services. But my day job here at GuildHawk is I look after our security, ISO 27001. So this is who we are. The question I'm going to be asking is, are you giving your customers information in the language they dream in? I'll put this actually on slideshow, it'll be easier. So are you giving your customers information your information that they dream in? Because you can now localize all your corporate knowledge securely with private human-led AI and digital human avatars. This was always very big for me and for law enforcement and others, because obviously you can't be putting documents, sensitive IP and information into Google Translate and things like this. So this is our space. What we do, we kind of localize everything for major firms. We've been around for 24 years. It's our 25th year. We're privately held. We're actually a woman-led business. We have proprietary software. We've developed our own systems over a period of about 8 years using private AI. Again, we don't use the Google Translate type things. We started as a language business. We've still got 3,000 certified, verified linguists around the world, quite a few, in the US that work for us. We have in-house AI developers, and our key sort of area is we produced a solution called Guy, the GuildHawk AI. You can see sort of screenshots up there. The work that we've done, the reason we had this, I'd actually talked about it sort of around the time of the pandemic, that we have a large data lake, and we have our own in-house machine translation that is trained on verified data and very good. So I said, why don't we make it as a SaaS product and give it to customers? We have done that. But what we also did during the pandemic, I was always very interested in the idea of avatars. I know we have a partnership with a couple of avatar providers, innovators. They weren't quite good enough a couple of years ago, well, 5 years ago. Then during the pandemic, we said, let's give it a go. And we started developing avatars basically to replace what we were doing for large companies was, subtitling, voiceovers, and things like this. But we are probably now, if you do a search for multilingual digital human avatar videos, you'll find GuildHawk pop up all the time because we've really embraced this. We do the multilingual side. We're not training company, we're not avatar sort of, AI. So we do the multilingual using, sort of our AI as well for the translation. And you can see all our certificates there. We were actually the first language business in the world to get the ISO 27001. We support a lot of veterans. We got the Queen's Award for international trade for our work with the United States just before the pandemic, just applying for another one now. That was from Queen Elizabeth, that one. There's a bit of our team. We have in the UK, we've got this superb, I know you've got it in the US as well, superb relationships with universities. We have a formal government-backed scheme which we're on, which is Sheffield Hallam University in Yorkshire. They help us recruit our people. Here's our senior leadership team. Jurga on the top left, she's our boss. Ian Miller, he lives in Dallas. There's myself there in the middle. And then our leadership team within technology. Dr. Hardick on the middle right is over at Houston University. He's a long-term friend of ours. Does a lot of work in the multilingual AI side with US Department of Defense and so on. And there's just a snapshot of our clients there. I can send this to you later if anybody would like to see any more. There's much more on the website. But, we work with Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, Meta Compliance for the training, Universal, we do their subtitles and things. Sandvik Canada, the mining and Equinix data centers. We work with their manuals, O&M manuals, training, this kind of thing where they want to make it multilingual to reach all their audiences around the world. Obviously, a lot of companies, UK and US, have global clients. They want their customers to see their information, in their languages. So we've made that quick. And why is verified? One of the things I'm picking up on here, I'll keep saying verified data, and I'm sure you're all far more knowledgeable about this than me, but the big subject here in the UK and with the universities and our teams is the verified data. Without verified data training sets, there's no intelligence in AI. And we've got this latest work, Microsoft and others there, this was from June, this little update, saying that by 2026, 2028, the world will run out of high quality public data sets to train AI. And this kind of habit of crawling the internet for data sets risks poisoning models and potentially causing implosion. So that's clearly a big issue. What I'll just show here, I've got a video now I'll share with you, give you an illustration of what we do. Appreciate I'm sharing sound, but the lip sync won't be fantastic. Here's this morning one of my team made a little video for me. I want to show you. It's here. Can you see that?
Yes, we can see it.
Oh, great. Yes. So please do note the date. It's 2028, Christmas 2028, not last Christmas. And it's a short video just to illustrate how these are an example of how avatars give information. But this one's poignant to what I'm just going to talk about in a minute.
Hello, I am the Avatar Safety Officer at the National Data Command. This is a fatal incident report. It relates to misinformation generated by AI bot #R6 large language model. This resulted in loss of human lives on the 25th of December 2028. Your immediate action is required. The investigation has revealed that the Spanish-speaking family died after inhaling a lethal gas that AI bot #R6 advised was safe to administer. The Spanish dataset used to train the bot was scraped from social media channels. Forensic examination has revealed that the dataset contained many mistranslations and fake reviews about the product. This poor quality information created a flawed dataset, leading to the communication of misinformation, which in turn caused the fatal incident. As a result of this incident, We are now investigating the multilingual datasets you use to train your AI. We want to know the following. Were your datasets lawfully sourced? Are your translated datasets verified by humans with the appropriate skills, knowledge, and qualifications to complete the task? You are reminded that Guy is a software approved by the NDC. This provides secure human-led AI translations. Guy is trained on a vast proprietary multilingual data lake that has been verified by experts. It also includes an automated expert in the loop feature to enable human verification of translations. Guy is designed, built, and managed by GuildHawk, the Queen's award-winning language technology company. It has 24 years experience and is trusted by global brands. If you would like to watch this alert in other languages or learn more, please visit our website.
Good. So what it's illustrating there is, and I'm sure you're already aware, that this issue of polluted data getting into the system is really serious. I was at InfoSec Europe as a speaker on 2 weeks ago with the City of London Police cyber security team. We were addressing there about the concerns about this. We need to train, we need to double check. And the message was very much, if you want to have a look, they're available online, is that if we don't get these data sets right, training machine with this will cause serious problems. We've always worked with clean data. You saw that there. We built about 8, coming up for 9 years now of data sets. So good that Mark Hollingsworth, the author of Agents of Influence, he quotes us in the book there. We used Guy to translate various research material for him, including books. The quality, I was just blown away. He wanted it all done privately. You can imagine this is a story about the KGB and their history, and some of the material we're doing there, was we wanted to keep very private. And I was just surprised, this amazing quality. We also have a plug-in with it. It sits in systems. There, very often it'll just sit as we have it as a SaaS platform. We've also got integrations as well. This is a new product. To say we've basically grown our developers with support from the university and British government to make this available. Initially, it was for regulated professionals, due diligence, engineers in safety, saying, look, I can't use Google Translate. I need this. And then that progressed to some saying, look, can we integrate this? So we've got it integrated in a major international mining business where the reports, this is actually to the US and Mexico. They come from Australia in English out to the inspectors for mine incidents, probably 50, 100 pages. The tool, quite simply secure, we've trained it securely, translates the inspection report requirements, the inspect in English. It goes automatically into Spanish. The designated investigator receives it. They know the instructions. They go and do their investigation inspection. They write in Spanish. The tool automatically translates back into English. It goes back to Australia. The final human checks take place. Any issues done, then off into London for the insurers with the full report. Nothing going out on the public web. The machine will learn the terms. If there's particular things we've got to change where terms come in. This has saved them about 5 weeks' work. What used to take about 5 weeks can get done in a couple of days, because they don't have to mess about. What so often happens with these teams is they end up wanting to put it into they want to put the report and their answers into Google, but they can't, so they have to go to translators. Yes, it means we don't do as much translation because this is a highly competitive subscription service. We've also got to pay as you go. So it's proving extremely popular. We're now doing a couple of extra features, and then we're about to roll out even further, including integration with other systems. We've also got these, as I said, the avatars. This guy is fantastic for training you can put a PowerPoint document in there, you can put a Excel in there, select your language. People do it. They also do scripts, and you can do your scripts quickly. If you want it checked, say it's something you're putting out, that video I just showed you. If I was going to put that, I'd obviously be having that double checked with our linguist, but I can do that. The multilingual avatars, we do 3 types. Again, we work with creative firms. We've got in-house creatives and animators, but our core thing is making localization really easy and personalized, and saving people money and time. So we do 3 things there. We've got a service which is standard. That tends to be the most popular. Creative has videos behind. There's our CEO, Jurga, at the top. If you go on our website, you'll see her talking one and her interactive one. And we also have some interactive, immersive things that we're asked to do. We're working with Barclays Bank and the police on these, just to make them a little bit more engaging storytelling so that the learning is even better. And if you imagine what we were charging before with humans, where we had voiceover artists, studios, green screen, refilming, then subtitling, you can put a couple of zeros onto each of those figures, but they really do help for us with volume, and it's high quality. And we love helping clients with these, and it's helping them to do it very fast, very efficiently. We've even started working now with some of the LMS providers for their platforms, because with construction engineering and learning and development, we've got clients saying, actually, this would be really handy if you could put the plugin so that when I've done my training session, I've got quite a few people there who are Spanish speakers or French Canadian, Arabic. We're just doing some of those now. I don't need you to translate them, but it would make it really quick for me if we could just have a quick, secure translation. And then when I've secured it, I'll put it on my LMS. So it's a multilingual, product. So we're working on a number of platforms with that there. And then,
sorry. Go ahead, real quick.
Yeah.
No. Maybe I missed it, but how many languages? Maybe you said it earlier and I missed it. How many different languages?
We can do over 100. Over 100. Yeah. It's the guy. I think that's probably around 80. What we will do with the guy system, you see it there on the left, with the guy, there's a generic in the data lake. It's extremely good because it's all clean data. We've had all these years, 9 years of training. We've got all our data in there. I say, even a book, very good. If you've got something specific, bespoke, we will build the memories and start training, take the language models in. Nothing goes into the lake until it's been verified. We just find that that's the only way to guarantee you don't have things like in that video where a bot starts giving the wrong information or embarrassing translation type stuff. But the reality is, what we've found with all our clients there, they've been using these for a little while now, 80% savings, increase your international sales and loyalty. A lot of people, they want their product to be seen in the Middle East and Europe in different languages. It's helping very quickly. We build the domain specific data set the more that we take in, so you're not just translating these, localizing all these manuals and then losing it. We bring it all in and use it to train, which of course improves legal compliance. That's very much in the mining and engineering construction sector.
Hey Paul, from HP, I can see where you could create a single avatar from a training perspective and support for PCs, printers, what have you. And you could have 100 different languages for output on your website, so that you'd only have to do one take and you have all the different languages you need from a support function. I think that would be very powerful from an HP standpoint.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
I mean, thanks. I mean, I'd love to have a talk with you about the ideas, perhaps, explain what our guys are doing with, because this has really excited our customers.
HP's not a customer yet, is what I'm hearing you say, David.
I don't think it is.
Oh, all right. Well, I this was good. I want to make sure we leave enough time for questions. Does anybody have questions on this?
I mean, just to clarify, you said in the avatar you showed the video, if somebody's been videoed speaking English, then you can turn that content into any of those 100 languages with that same speaker. Is that what I
Yeah, there's
learned?
a yes, it is, Paul. We've got a partnership with Stefan, the one of the co-founders of Synthesia, is one of our is our longest standing partner. So hence we can offer those special rates and so on. We have
Yeah.
a partnership with him. We also are experimenting with a number. HeyGen's pretty good, but it doesn't have quite the things. The Microsoft stuff that's coming out and DID, the interactive one, is maybe in a year, be really good. That's going to be an interactive one. If you look on our website, you'll see our CEO, Jurga, where we built a small, grounded language model where she will answer questions,
But in her voice and
yes,
lip
yeah,
synced, etc.
yeah, that's it.
I saw an example of that from a buddy of mine here in Austin.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak a word of English, and he's given this beautiful speech in Spanish. And I was, but I don't know who did that, but that's
well,
what we're
that would
talking about
be
here.
that's the kind of thing we do.
Mhm.
We get we get requirements from our partner, whatever they need. We do we've got a number. We got the first police officers actually in the UK, Humberside Police. We take them into the green screen studio. We get their recordings. We can then, if required, we can then clone their voices. We tend to use 11 Labs. That's still the best. They all tend to have an American accent at the moment, but we found we have we've developed a really clever bit of know-how where we can actually use the person's voice to really make it sound like them. If you watch online on our website, Jurga, and see her speaking Cantonese, it really surprises natives. They cannot believe it's the same. It's going to get better and better. You probably saw in Hong Kong, Arup, the big construction business, they got caught last month, gave $20 million to fraudsters who appeared on a Teams call where they were all cloned, including their voices and images. They're so far ahead of us. It's amazing. It's education, you've got to use, but we can do that lawfully. Everything's ISO 27001. And we can, clients say, look, I need these in X languages. It's usually manuals, training, things like that. And we make the CEO as well. We've got a number of CEOs where we've made their avatar, taken their voice. They don't go public. They're only for internal consumption. I think that would be my advice, for keep this for training, keep it for local. Very often with two of them in Germany and Brazil, the CEO has been there in person, but his avatar has told the story of the company and their products and why they've changed. But then he's there in person speaking English, So yeah, this is really powerful. We're very much about the data and making sure that you're 100% safe with them.
All righty, thank you. I'm gonna we're gonna move on unless there's some more questions on this one. We're gonna move on because I told Humantech I'd keep them as close to 2:00 as possible because he has a call after he gets done with this. Is my team on Humantech on?
Hey Tommy, yes, absolutely.
All right. How are you, man? So you're gonna do the demo for me?
Absolutely, I'll do the demo for you.
This is my young sales guy. I met him about a year ago. He talked me into using the product. All right. So why don't you share the screen and go through as much as possible. In the meantime, while you're getting set up, I'll talk a little bit about digital beings. Like, I think the first wave is basically translating. Like if you're a CEO of a company, you have 60,000. If you're Cox, you have 60,000 people, or if you're Raytheon, you have 250,000 across 180 countries. So, I think we're going to see more and more where we're going to create digital beings of the CEO, where the CEO is having conversations. But eventually, I think it's going to be where they train the bots through a series of exercises to basically be able to communicate like they do. So could you imagine being able to do an employee orientation with 60,000 people where the people could sit down and actually have a conversation with the CEO about what their job is and why it's important and what they would ask of it, and right? So I think digital beings is being undervalued right now to the extent. Think about if you had access to any expert that you wanted on any subject and you could be able to have a conversation with them, right? You know, there's just an immense amount of power in that. Right now, we're starting with translation, but a year from now, it'll be, you know, if you want to talk about real estate in Hong Kong, you can talk to the best guy in Hong Kong in whatever language you're in and actually have a conversation with them about that real estate, right? That's where it'll be a year or two from now.
And that big thing we're seeing, Tommy, is getting those CEOs, those academics with this amazing years of knowledge, getting it all recorded now.
That's right. That's right.
Structured, verified, IP protected in a secure environment, and then using a mix of human verification and AI to localize all that in readiness for what you've just described.
Absolutely. So, all right. I think it's untapped potential. All right.